Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will be studying software testing interview questions part 5. So let's get started. The question which comes is, what is structural testing and what are different structural testing types? So this is the question, and the expected answer for this question is, structural testing is a method of software testing where we will be testing the internal structure, that is code flow of the application. In structural testing, we will be executing the entire code of the functionality that was developed to check whether the code is working according to the given logic or not. Generally, developers perform structural testing as the testers performing the structural testing should have the knowledge of internal structure of the functionalities. Structural testing is often called as white box testing or glass box testing or clear box testing. The different techniques which are used in structural testings are statement coverage, branch coverage, and path coverage. Let's see the next question. What is the difference between a test case and a test scenario? Test scenario. The test scenario contains the condition to be tested in an functionality, while test case contains the step-by-step procedure of testing a test scenario. Test scenario focuses on what to test, while test case focuses on how to test. Test scenarios are created from documents like FRAs, BRS, use case documents, etc. While test cases are derived based on the test scenarios, which are derived from the baseline documents. Test scenarios are considered as a high level, while test cases are considered as a low level. So this is the very basic difference between a test scenario and a test case. Keep into mind, test scenario focuses on what to test, while test cases focuses on how to test. Now let's move on to the next question. What is regression testing and when do you do it? Regression testing is a testing method where we test the existing build to make sure that a change in the code or addition of a new functionality hasn't broken any existing functionality. Its purpose is to catch bugs that may have been accidentally introduced into the build. Now, when to apply regression testing? Typically, regression testing is applied under these circumstances. A new requirement is added to an existing feature. A new feature or functionality is added. The bug is fixed in a functionality. The source code is optimized to improve performance. Patch fixes are added or changes in the configuration. So, under these circumstances or under these scenarios, we apply regression testing. Let's move ahead. What is the difference between functional testing and regression testing? So functional testing is a feature specific testing. It concentrates on whether the functionality that was developed is satisfying the given requirements or not. While regression testing is generally carried out when there is a bug fix or a new feature is added to an existing product to make sure no new bugs were introduced in the build during the process. Functional testing answers the basic question, does the functionality work? And regression testing answers the general questions like, is everything okay with the build or did we break anything? Okay, so keep this thing in mind, the differences between functional testing and regression testing. Let's see what's the next question. How do you know when to stop testing? The answer for this question could be, as testing is a never-ending process, it is difficult to determine when to stop testing. We can consider the following aspects to consider that we are done with the testing. First, when all the defects have been found and fixed. Second, when our application reaches the acceptable level. Next, when there are no open issues. The next, when budget allocated is exhausted. And the last one, when the time allocated for testing is complete. So based on the scenarios, we can fix that and we can decide that we can stop testing. Let's see the next question. What do you mean by TRM? TRM means test responsibility matrix. It is mapping between the testing factors like reliability, authorization, usability, etc. with development phases like analysis, design, development, etc. Okay, let's move ahead to our next question. What is the purpose of this test strategy document? The purpose of the test strategy is to create an understanding of the overall targets, approach, tools, and timings of test activities to be done. The test strategy clarifies the major challenges and tasks of our test project. It provides the formal description on how a software will be tested and clears all the confusion that may raise while testing the application. Coming ahead to the next question, what is the difference between error guessing and error seeding? Error guessing. Error guessing is a test design technique where the tester has to guess what bugs may occur and design the test cases accordingly. While error seeding is the process of adding bugs into the application knowingly and monitoring the rate of detecting the bugs and also to estimate the number of bugs remaining in the application. Next question, what is statement coverage? Statement coverage, also called as line coverage or segment coverage, is a white box testing technique in which the developer execute each and every state of a functionality at least once to make sure that the statements are performing as expected or not. So this is included into statement coverage. So let's move ahead to the next question. What are the disadvantages of waterfall model? So let's see which are the disadvantages of waterfall model. So the first difference is no working software can be delivered to the customer until the last date. Next, not applicable model for complex or ongoing projects. The third disadvantage is requirement changes cannot be accepted once we start the implementation process. The next one, testing will only start after the development process is complete. And the last one is not an applicable model for object oriented projects. Okay, so these were the disadvantages of waterfall model. Now, coming to the last question, can you give some advantages of black box testing? Black box tests are always executed from a user's point of view since they would help in exploring discrepancies significantly. Test cases related to a black box are designed by testers as soon as the specifications are in the completed stage. As the tester and the developer are independent of each other, testing will be balanced in the black box testing. Tester is free from the pressure of knowledge of specific programming language and efficient when used on large system. So everyone, these were few of the important questions based for software testing. We will be meeting into the next video now with another set of software testing interview question. Till then, bye bye.